I think we're live. I believe we're live. I need a haircut. Oh, I need a lot of things. All right, where are we at? Bunch of people are already here. Takes a while for everything to catch up. Let's start the name drops. We got Kansas City Tim, Ginger Down Under, Mark's here, Chris YZ80, Anonymous Watch Guy, Jeff's here, Tennessee Mike, Fedora Gent, Troll Killer number 2, Floridian, Todd checking in from Colorado, Jordan's here. Let's see, James Duffy's chiming in. Nate Dogg's here. Let's see, Bean Boy checking in from PA. 4 o'clock Crown is here. G-Man Greg. Carlos Bellows here. Aaron's Watches chiming in. Alrighty, we're at it. I don't have a whole lot of topic. Kevin's checking in from Florida. James O'Leary says, nice shirt. Yeah, thank you. This is Dixon or something. Figured I tried. It's like from their Bamboo series. It's super comfortable. Yeah, I have a couple of purple shirts. I like purple. Let's see. Good evening, gentlemen, says Nolan. Rex checking in from Rancho Cucamonga. Isn't that from a movie? Cucamonga Cracker Killers or something like that. There's probably an actual place too. Mark says Dixon flannels are awesome. Yeah, try their Bamboo series though. These are like super light and comfortable, great for the summertime. So he has a tan from riding his motorcycle. Michael says he is watching the live, wearing his Random Rob Black Friday Willard. Picked that up on a Black Friday sale. Most everyone should have their watches, I think. So I think so anyway. I think that everyone should have gotten them. There might be a couple of stragglers, but for the most part, everyone should have got their Black Friday watches. Michael, hello. Oh man, been whirlwind. I have a lot of new watches. I have a lot of videos to make. Actually, wearing a watch, I didn't even do the unboxing. I unboxed it. I was just too excited to get it. Came in from Japan. It's some sort of. It's a Casio. I don't feel like taking it off. I guess I'll take it off so you guys can see it better. Larry C is here. I don't even know what the model number is on it, but it's titanium. Kind of reminds me of the old Hyper Aqualand from Citizen, but this is in a Casio, full titanium, kind of thick, has the gold tone buttons, nice, easy to read, positive display, and it does temperature, does a log memory for dives and everything like that. It's just pretty cool. I had never seen it before and just kind of stumbled across it on an eBay one night searching. DEP 700 is the model number. Todd is wearing his new titanium watch as well. What did you pick up that was titanium? You probably told me and I already forgot. Oh my God, those Floridian says watching those restore videos, learning more about movements. Those things are so addicting. They're like just relaxing to watch too. So great videos. Chris is rocking his Doxa. I haven't worn mine in a while. I took it with me on a trip recently, but I didn't wear it. James is wearing Max's Yellow Dial Raven Trekker. So you must have borrowed it, I guess, huh? Oh, that's right. You kind of did the switcheroo. You got rid of a Seiko and then brought in another LX series. So Dan is sipping on some Old Forester rye and wearing a G-Shock 5610. I picked up check this bottle out. I don't feel like grabbing it. I'll grab it. I scored this bottle today. First time I had ever seen one, but it's a Midwinter Nights Dram, Act 12, Scene 7. So I'll open that this winter at some point and Drank that from High West. So what's going on here with this chair? What are we doing here? Off? Oh, the wheel was locked. I have this really good chair, but sometimes I bump the locks on them. Let's see. Monaco checking in from Canada, rocking the Big Eye in the stainless steel. I have my titanium Big Eye right here. I wore it this weekend. I absolutely love this watch. I'm so happy to have it back in the collection. Yeah, just randomly, I walked into a local store. One of my local stores has been getting like some killer. They had some other stuff too, but this was the retail on this is already $150, which is a lot for one bottle. So I was like, I better just take this one and go. And I've never tried a High West either, so we'll see. And I'm not typically a rye guy either, so we'll see. It's just one that you never see, so you pick it up. Let's see here. Read some comments. Desire, my buddy Michael from Canada's checking in. I'm rocking a Cyber Monday purchase. Casio Edifice, Panda Chrono. It's impressive. Yeah, the Casio Edifice line is actually a pretty solid lineup of watches for sure. Joe Smoke is here. Chris says High West is a blend. Yeah, this says it's a blend too. It says a blend of straight rye whiskeys finished in port barrels. And if I'm not mistaken, they source their stuff from MGP out of Indiana, which I'm not typically a fan of, but I know some places are doing some pretty crazy stuff with it. And from what I understand, these guys are finishing it pretty wild. So let's see. Pitbull Hawaii checking in, wearing an Orca. I have not ran into an Orca in a while. Huge fan of Widow Jane Burned. Oh, you know what I seen today too? I took a picture of it because I've only tried one Widow Jane. It was a Decadence or whatever, but my store had a Widow Jane. A Widow Jane. Can you guys see that? Or that's like washed out. A Widow Jane 10-year, and then they had this one. I'd never seen this. A Widow Jane Applewood Rye. So I took a picture of it because I wanted to research it. Batch 18, bottle 422, bottled on 2023. It's only 93 proof, but never seen it before, so thought it was pretty interesting. Let's see. I have a 10-year on my shelf right now. Okay. Kentucky Gentleman in the plastic bottles is great if you are saving. Yeah, there's a lot of really good affordable stuff out there too. I take it the alcohol isn't irritating your gout anymore. Yeah, that's all under control. Looks like Desire's sipping on some Knob Creek 9-year Evening Orient Star Diver and Hazards Vanilla Coffee Whiskey. Yeah, there's so many great watches and great drinks to sip on and stuff like that, as long as you do it responsibly, I suppose. But all right. Topic. Did you see what I put in the topic? Budget ? It's kind of a topic that I don't really see addressed too much, other than the fact that a lot of people will just say stay within your means, stay within your budget. But like, how do you determine what your budget is? Like I've watched some videos in the past about how to determine what your budget should be for watches, and I'm definitely the wrong person to ask about on that because I don't budget necessarily for watches. And I've been very clear and very open about don't try to mimic what I've done. Don't try to emulate what I've done because, this is a YouTube channel and it's just crazy, right? Todd says, buy it when you find it, figure out if it fits your budget later. Yeah, there's so many different ways to do it, or you just clearly just go over your budget. But yeah, let me do, I already have it up here. Let me go so you guys can see some watches. So I laid out a few watches. These are watches that all have like crowns in unorthodox positions. So you have the ZRC with the 6 o'clock crown. You have the Christopher Ward with a compressor style with the offset. Obviously, the Seiko Monster with a roughly 4 o'clock. You have a Squale with a 10 o'clock, as well as a helm with a 10 o'clock. And then you have a Destro at the 9 o'clock position on the Notice. And then I just threw the Big Eye out there, but that's not really. But I just kind of noticed that I tend to gravitate towards watches that don't have the crown in the 3 o'clock position. I don't know why. So, yeah, but budget in the sense that most people, even in the Discord group, come from all different walks of life and all different income levels. And income level, just because you make a certain dollar amount per year, hour, whatever you want to figure it out, um, that's not that's not your determining factor of what your budget should be, because that number is only relative to the outgoing money in your normal life, in your normal expenses. So, um, yeah, if you're a family of 6 or 4 or 3 or whatever versus a single, or just, two people that don't have any kids, then their budgets are going to be different. Do you drive brand new cars, or do you live in an expensive home, or is your home paid for? Like, all of those things are going to play a factor in what Tennessee Mike just said, discretionary income, because that's probably what you should be operating on when it comes to your watch spending budget. Now, do I approve pushing the boundaries of that? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've said this a long time ago. One of my rules that I placed on for myself is, if I have like half, like, again, discretionary income, or funds set aside, if I have like half of the money set aside for a purchase. So say I don't typically buy at this level, but say I'm looking at a $6,000 watch. Well, I can't spend $6,000. I don't have $6,000. But if I have $3,000, I will spend the 3,000 and float the three, because for me, a small amount of debt is a good motivator to work harder and pay it off. And that's just the way I work. I'm comfortable doing that, and I know I can, fluctuate my income and cover that. Whereas, yeah, so Ginger Down Under says, my wife and I pay each other play money. Each of us can do whatever we please with it. So everyone's got to have their own system that works the best for you. And then the beauty of the beauty of the watch hobby is you can go buy used watches, pre-owned watches, San Martin watches or something like that, Alibaba watches, at incredible deals, and they're still pretty dang good watches. So you can, or Casio, even just cheap Casios, a world timer. You can get a world timer for like $15, and then you can mod it or something like that. So you can do that right there. I have a lot of Timex Casio Vostok, easy on the budget. Exactly. They're comfortable. They're easy to do. You don't have to like stress about, the amount of money that you're potentially spending and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's all kinds of options depending on what you're comfortable with. And that's, to me, typically where I land at with budget, is like, what am I comfortable spending? Because, again, sometimes the budget might not be the fact that you even have the money. Just because you maybe have like $20,000 in discretionary income that you could spend on it, and mentally, like, you might struggle with doing so. Like, you're not gonna, like, you might not be able to mentally wrap your mind around having that much money tied up into a watch or watches. So, yeah, there's there's a lot of things that factor in. You'd have to do a pie chart. So YZ80 says, I typically wait for bonuses or flip watches, sell a gun, etc., to fund the next watch. It works the other way too. I never go into debt to buy a watch. And I've seen some of YZ80's collections, and he, cycles it out sometimes too. But yeah, Manny says it's easier to buy $500-$600 watches versus buying one $3,000 watch, and that's true. And I love seeing the argument where people are like, "Oh, those are crap watches. Those are crap watches," and then they instantly will try to like educate somebody on, you're like, you just bought like 20 watches at like say $500, and you could have bought, you know, a Rolex or something, Submariner. But I'm here to tell you that doesn't always make you happy. I've owned those watches. I've done that scale, and I'm much happier buying the more affordable end of watches. So yes, Floridian. The real joy is the hunt. That's how I ended up with this. And sometimes you end up uh, getting something in your targets that you didn't even realize you were hunting, like that black ZRC over on the left hand side with that kind of cream off white dial. I knew I wanted the ZRC, but I thought I wanted the orange dial one. Turns out I wanted that one. So yeah, the hunt is definitely addicting. So flip watches to pay for new ones. Can do that too. Absolutely. Even James Duffy. So I'd rather have two $3,000 watches than one $6,000 watch. Everybody's different with that stuff. There's days I fantasize. The thought actually crossed my mind today. I'm like, I could sell all of my watches and go and buy like whatever, just whatever that number adds up to. Say it added up to like $15,000, which I don't think it does. It's what do I have? Blah 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 blah. I don't know what it is. It's probably sub 10,000. But say I sold them all and I had like $8,000 or $9,000. Um, I could see the appeal to like maybe purchasing like one watch at that price point and just wearing it for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, like a quarter of a year, and then save up some other money, flip that watch because you're probably going to lose money on it, and then cycle into another really cool watch that you want to try and wear that one for like a quarter. I don't know that I've ran into anybody that has done that, but I'm sure there are people that do it that way. That would be pretty interesting way to do the watch enthusiast too. So let's see. Manny is right. I flip back and forth between mid-level, luxury, and micros depending on budget. I do too. I'm currently in that where I've been spending a little bit more than I traditionally would. Like the Longines Big Eye, the retail on that's 38. Now I got a deal on it because of my contacts and stuff, but still that's an expensive watch for me. That was not an easy purchase. I had to sell quite a few watches to make that happen. Even that Grimaldi Squale, I forget what I paid for that, but that was over $1,000. And what did I pay for that? It doesn't matter. I'm not going to look it up right now. It was not cheap. So even that ZRC, I still haven't paid for it. I need to pay for it, but that was kind of expensive. Versus, like this Casio, this was like $400 or something. So let's see. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm really digging it. I'm glad. Obviously it's a rebuy, and rebuys you lose money, but it is what it is. Still cheaper than tuition. Yeah, we'll talk about tuition another time. NTH 2K1. I should have squeezed the trigger for Black Friday, almost half the price. Yeah, and who knows? Those will get depleted over time. Because their NTH is no more and everything. Have you shown that Squale on live? I did a video on it, but that guy there. I love the orange minute hand on it and stuff. It's just, this stuff is like right up my alley though, right? The weird position for the crown, limited edition. I believe it's numbered. They only made. Oh, I need to clean this thing. They only made 65 of them, so it's pretty rare. Even though I'm sure they have some in stock, but they're kind of expensive. So, hey Rod, did you end up getting that Bungee Cord Pro Track? I have not ordered it yet. I know my buddy Calico has it. I was going to. I keep spending money elsewhere, and then stupid bottles of whiskey show up, and then Christmas, yeah. Packages are showing up like crazy. So yeah, just hemorrhaging money right now. I'm not sure where it's all coming from or what credit card it's going on that I need to pay it off, but should be interesting once the dust settles. What is Santa getting you? Or is it's too soon? We still have time. How many what do we got left for Christmas? I'll do another live on Monday the 16th. I'll do a live on Monday the 23rd. We could probably talk more about that on the 23rd. It's a little too early to talk about that, but I do have what do I have? I do have a couple watches in mind. I do have a couple watches in mind. Um, but we'll cover that in the soon in the future video. So Tim says, what to buy at Mimo's next month? We're going to Mimo's in the middle of January. I'm excited for that trip. Uh, I don't know. I usually just wait and see what speaks to me, but we'll see. I've been on a titanium kick. I've been on a warmer tones watch type kick. So let's see. Drew is my way to go. I feel like I think I might want a JDM Monster for Christmas. Interesting. Any new ride in the future? No, my WeatherTech mats for the Forerunner just showed up. I need to go do a Sunday drive. I'm hoping a lot of our snow melted, so I'm hoping it snows heavily again, so I can do a Sunday drive with the Forerunner. That truck is running good. Actually, my daughter's car, I just had to have towed to a shop. She said it just cranks over, it won't start. So I have no idea what's wrong with it, and it's 8 hours away. So I called the shop and said, "Here it is. Just go get it and figure it out, and let me know how much more money I got to spend." So it is what it is. And then the Camaro, it's at a shop getting work done to it. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll try to document that. But what year Forerunner? Mine is a 2014. So pretty clean too. Well, it was. I've been driving it a little bit in the salt, so it'll probably start to corrode underneath. I didn't get a chance to undercoat it, but whatever. Let's see. We need to see what Dane is up to. Yeah, I don't know. Dane's just kind of doing his own thing. He's been doing some live streams and stuff like that. So Dane's doing Dane things. He's fine. Jeffrey's here. Thanks for joining. Jordan says, let me bring this up. Recently bought a watch I would love to buy my girly wrist, but won't make it work. Any suggestions on a dial? Dial. I don't know. Like the words are, I'm trying to jumble the words and make it work, but what I'm getting here is small wrist, wants diver, under $1,500. That's probably going to land you somewhere in. There's some good options from Oris. Actually, I don't know what color you're looking for the dial, but Mini Turtle would be a good option from Seiko. That's actually a solid option as well. Black dial diver. Okay, so you could go. Yeah, there's a lot of options. Yeah, a lot of options for you on that one. Even Doxa. Steve says the baby's sleeping, so could sneak away. Get an Aquastar. I don't know if I would make that one my first choice. Let's see. Floridian said going to Naples in New Year. I tried to book a flight, and the wife was like, "Hold on, we need to talk about that." I don't know if there's any flights available left, for it now, but I will do. Let me think. I'm trying to think where I have some flexibility because I'm going to California in January, February, and then March is in DC. So I'm kind of running out of time. If I'm going to go to Florida, it almost needs to happen in February. So I need to check flights here soon. I would love to go do just a quick blast trip down to Naples area in February because the winters already started out pretty rough. It's warmed up a little bit, but by the time February comes around, I'm going to need a little break. So, but I already have like a bunch of other trips planned. And I don't, when is the pollen season in Florida? I mean, I could potentially go in April, but isn't that kind of like pollen season for you guys? That's probably not a good time to go. Yeah, and that's why I'm leaving May because the wind up San Francisco will be in May. We can do that. I can reach out to Exquisite actually and see um, if they have any events planned. Let me actually, I can text. Let me text Tyler and see if he's. What is today? Monday? I probably won't text him. He's probably getting kicked in the face right now. I'll hit up Tyler tomorrow at Exquisite and see if they have any events planned because the last time I was down there, they were doing like this big Seiko event. So we'll see if they have anything planned. If they don't, I mean, we could do a little get together or something through the store if there's enough people interested. And I could schedule that potentially for February. We'll see. We got to see what their availability is. Yeah, I would. I mean, I can set it up if there's enough people. Like if we get like 20 people or something that want to go to Exquisite, uh, and we'll figure out the best timeline for it. Then yeah, we could do it for sure. I've got to get my arse over for one of these. Yeah, I know you just did a trip over to the States. Was that this year or was that last year? It seems like it wasn't that long ago, but yeah, I know it's a big trip for you. So um, I think you got to try to make it like, I think you would have to probably tie it to like one of the wind up shows. That would probably be your best option. So that would be either like San Francisco in May, the Chicago one. I don't know if they're going to move the venue or not, but and I didn't go to New York this year, but I heard the venue actually wasn't that great. But my favorite show though is actually coming up in March, which will be here before you know it. My my favorite show is DC, uh, the District Time show, and that's already scheduled. Actually need to book my room for that, but I'm going to drive to that. That's like a 14-hour drive for me. Oh, Fedora Gent, trust me. If we ever do something, Tennessee Mike told me that if I actually did like a random Rob meetup, like a watch show, like I was originally talking about doing maybe in Southeast Michigan, if I were to organize something like that, he said he would try to make it or whatever. But yeah, if we did something where he couldn't refuse to go, yeah, it'd be great. I would drag him to one of the shows if he'd be willing to go, but he's got a lot going on, so. Let's see. Zenith Deathfire Revival Shadows. Next one. Oh, you okay? So you can make SF. I would say go to that one then because for one, San Francisco. I love San Francisco. It's pretty cool. There's crappy parts of San Francisco too, but the Bay Area crew, Fedora Gent, Will Carey, James Duffy, all the Bay Area crew guys are awesome. And the venue there is really good too. And usually, like Calico will show up to the San Francisco show as well. We can go over to Alcatraz and try to swim back or something. Everything decision in my life has led me here to this moment. That is so true. That's very deep. Let's see. Evan says, "Do kids ride a bike around Lunatic where people live?" Yes. I don't know how that's relative, but Tennessee Mike could make a wind up Chicago easily. We'll see. We should just show up at Tennessee Mike's house and have a meetup. There's some beautiful areas not too far from where he lives. Like when I first met up with Mike, it was in Chattanooga, and that's actually a really beautiful area. So um, I've thought about even putting together a meetup in northern Michigan, but it wouldn't be heavily watch related. It would be, we could go do a hike, or we could go kayaking or canoeing. We could go tour. There's a couple of facilities here we could go tour or something. I don't know. We'll see. Meet up in Gatlinburg. I'd be down for that. I absolutely would be down for that. I have not been to Gatlinburg in maybe 6 years or something. I don't know. It's been a little bit. So I'd be totally down for going to Gatlinburg, and I would just drive. It's not that far from me. So, and I kind of like Gatlinburg almost any time of the year too, because you can make the most of it. Yeah, we could set up a Gatlinburg meetup for sure. Get a charter and let's go fishing. I've yet to do that too, and I do want to do that. Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. Yep. Warm weather. Yeah, do that. I could drive the Camaro down or something. You could bring the Corvette, or maybe I'll have a different car by then. For sure, we could go do something like that. And actually, they have. You know, what would be really cool is if we did Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge area. If we have enough people, I had thought about they have like where you can rent. They'll have like 5 or 6 cabins, like in a like a kind of a spot, like, and they'll have like a shared pool or common area. If you divvied up the cabins, because most of them sleep like 6 or 8 people or something. If you divvied up the cabins, like we could basically take up like one whole section. So like the after hour stuff would be kind of cool. Let's see. Manny says, "Will the group ever do a Kentucky meet or a DC Baltimore meet again?" I don't have anything like that planned, Manny. Um, I'm definitely overdue for it because the Louisville meetup was awesome. The Baltimore meetup was like bonkers. Mark basically planned all that. And Mark and I have talked about doing a Baltimore 2.0. He's got the formula. He could pretty much recreate it. I think we did well with that. I think everyone enjoyed that. It's short notice, but we could even potentially tag it on to the district time meetup in March. But I know that's kind of short notice. But I mean, I could reach out to Mark and I don't know, run it by Mark. I don't know. We'll see. I wish there were more shows, group events in the southeast. Southeast. Where are you at? Like in the Carolinas and stuff? I have yet to even visit that area. I would love to get down there. Yeah, Baltimore was a freaking good time. It was hot. I know at the ball game and stuff like that, I was sweating. I was dying. So yeah, the issue with these areas that get damaged from storms and stuff like that, even if they get damaged from storms, like because it happens in Florida, happens in the southern states, and happens everywhere, but uh, they still need tourism to come back and visit them. They depend on tourism, so like you need to still go visit them. Calico says Vegas, never again. We did a Vegas meetup, and that was actually the first meetup we did, and I learned a lot on that one. I think there was some pretty pretty serious mistakes made on my part. And yeah, I don't know that Vegas really works. It would be easy for a lot of people, but it doesn't really work for how I like to do the meetups. The meetups are a little more intimate, but it's free range too, because like Anonymous Watch Guy went to the Louisville one, and him and his girlfriend kind of went off and did their own thing a lot of times, but still hooked back up with us and definitely hung out with us at the was it Churchill Downs and stuff to watch the horses. Pigeon Forge, not a bad idea. Was there in October after hurricane east of there, like Asheville. Yeah. Yeah, I watched some videos of Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg and stuff like that. They didn't get destroyed. They took a hit, but they didn't get destroyed. Yes, actually, Chris. Now that you bring that up, I could reach out to Alan at Zal. He has a space now that we could actually use. So, or Mark's idea, we could just rent maybe an RV or a tour bus or a couple of them and ride around the country, stopping at ADs and people's houses. That's another option. That's when I retire in 5 years. Yeah, let's do that. We'll just take this show on the road. Heck yeah, go do it. There's places all over that do that, but um, there are some nice places in Charleston for food, drinks, historical sites. That's why I want to go down there. Like the history in the southeast and those southern states and stuff. I get all excited and like to learn and witness all that and stuff. Whereas my wife was like, "Can we just go to the beach?" Like, yeah, we can do that too. If we avoid summer, well, what if we do it in March? We're already going to be there for DC district time. What if we just extend that? The problem with that is, what do? You extend the show is on Saturday and Sunday, is it not? Let me do. Let's do a little research, shall we? So, nope, we don't want that. We want this. I shared the wrong screen. Doesn't matter. But so if we go to district time is Saturday and Sunday. So we'd have to meet up Friday, I guess. I don't know if that works for some people. Okay, yeah. We'll just do like picnic style out there in front of the White House. Yeah, I don't think anybody will have a problem with that. Well, okay, so when we say Baltimore, we don't actually go into Baltimore. Like we go outskirts Baltimore, closer to DC and stuff like that. Manny says maybe tie a meet to the end of a show like wound up more geographic. Yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. Is basically just like everyone already goes to those shows anyway. I'll be there. Let's hang out. Trap will be at district time. I think maybe we can. Let me reach out to Alan. He's not going to be able to do it at that though, because he's one of the main sponsors of that show. He's not going to be able to do Friday. I'll reach out to him and ask him anyway. Because what the hell? Why not? So if people are in on Friday, we can go meet up at maybe we can go meet there, or we can actually go meet up at um what's that AD in that area? It's Treasure, Little Treasure. We could go meet up at Little Treasure even. I mean, I don't work with those guys, but still a cool authorized dealer. I mean, I'd rather go meet up at Alan's place, but or go do something. I don't know what we could do. We could go, yeah, Little Treasury, or we could go to a museum or something. I don't know, just hang out, cause a problem. Yeah, if you can make it to district time, go. The show's going to be it's going to be bigger than it was in the prior years. They moved location. It's a great venue. So if you guys can make it, definitely go. I don't know what he has. He's got a truck. He bought an Airstream. He's got an Airstream that he converted. That's what he has. I don't think he has a bus. Mark says Baltimore is not dangerous. That is not true. It is if you're buying drugs and stupid carrying silly amounts of money openly asking to get robbed. Well, that's anywhere, but yes, I bought a Townsend watch. Treasure. Take care, guys. Stay safe. North Pole Ranger. See you. Oh, yeah. So anyway, we'll just as of right now, I'm not going to plan anything. You know what we could do? If you look at, let me go back to this. If you look at the district time for anybody that's going, Saturday they have a VIP and press hour. On Saturday we'll have an extra hour of early access members that press a VIP attendance. Oh, I gotta sneeze. If all of the people that are kind of like watching this channel are grouped in with this, if we all got VIP passes, we could take over the VIP. It's another option. And for VIP, we could demand to get in at 10:30 a.m. I would like to go see that museum. Like I'm going to extend my trip to DC District Time, and the wife and I are going to go check out some more museums and stuff like that. And I mean, how do I not go visit Guinness? Like that's kind of like a staple. Like we always go do that. We did a tour that was part of the Baltimore meetup. As Mark had set up, we did a tour, just our group. It was pretty cool. But yeah, just going there and grabbing a snack and a fresh beer, a fresh pour is pretty fun too. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. I don't know how. Yeah, let's just do that, Mark. We'll set that up. That's just a 9 hour drive for me. Yeah, 14 for me. Trap. I was talking to uh, uh I'm just lost the thought. I was talking to what's the authorized dealer Trifecta. I was talking to Trifecta today, and he said he could really use your help boxing things up and shipping things out. So I told him I'd reach out to you. Let's see. James says, Jake, yeah, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, Jake could use your hand, use a hand right now. James says we should use the Discord war chest to exhibit at Windup. We could set up bean bags, bring our watches, and call it Flipper's Paradise. That would be pretty funny. I don't know how you would do that. Oh, we could just whoever's got a car with a trunk, we could just like open up the trunk out in the parking lot and sell watches out of the trunk. They can't stop you from doing that. We'll do a Flipper's Paradise out of a car in the parking lot. Dude, like half jokingly, like if you seriously could head up there and say, "Hey, Rob said you needed help boxing things up and shipping them out," that would be hilarious. Because I told him when I was talking to him, I'm like, put Travis to work. Uh, Trench coat style, old school. No, we got too many watches, man. Trench coat ain't gonna work. I'm tired for some reason. I think I did too much this weekend. Where are we at? 42 minutes. We talked about budget. Basically said budget is fictional. Budget isn't real. Money's not real. I was gonna say trench coat with watches. Just don't let Calico wear it. Oh yeah, that would be funny. I'm excited for all these meetups. We get like this lull over winter because there isn't anything. Even though there was just a little meetup in Kansas City, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm excited for Mimos. That's how I kind of kick it off, and then DC District Time. It kind of kicks it off right there, and then we go from there, and then we do show after show, and then I haven't even talked to Wes or Cullen about what I don't know if they've posted it. I don't know what the future shows for like 2025 if they've figured out for Intersect. I don't think they have. Yeah, because they did Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Austin, and they just did Austin not that long ago. So they haven't. I don't know if they're going to do the same cities or if they're going to switch things up and move around or what they're going to do. But so much is at the show rolling around that would be funny. Have a little cart instead of selling hot dogs, you could sell watches out of it. Yeah, I'm excited for the San Francisco meetup. As long as I can bring my wife. Like if she's not going, then I probably won't go. So I'm hoping I can get her to go. But I spoiled her once and I flew her. Where'd we go? We flew somewhere. I think we flew out to California. Yes, these watch fairs are getting huge. It's big business. It's big business. So I mean, I hope it continues that way. What does Exquisite have in used sales right now? Really would like a meetup there with a large group for special venue. Uh, let me reach out to them and we'll see if we can do something. I don't know what time of year works best for them, but I definitely could use a trip to Florida. Yeah, Exquisite has, the thing with Exquisite is they have quite a few employees and they still, I guarantee you, they have inventory of watches that they can't even get to like list and sell. Like their inventory is insane. In depending on your perspective, like I go there and I see a lot of watches, and I know there's even more. But some people go there and they're like, "Oh, I thought it was going to be larger than that." But like it's a lot of watches. They carry a lot of brands, and they're extremely busy. There's a lot of watches coming and going out of that place, like mind blowing amount of watches. So, and a lot of their used watches aren't even used. It's a I don't want to say a dirty little secret, but like they get so many in, they have to cycle them out. So like some of those, if you read between the lines and look at their pre-owned collections and compare it to like their new ones, like you can see like oh, they have those, and then it's over there. Like odds are that one that's in the pre-owned collection is probably a new watch. I don't. We could do like a I could probably talk to them and do like what they call a trunk sale, where they could bring out some of the behind the scenes stuff that we're not going to see, and they could bring it out and heavily discount it and just move it, sort of thing. That would be pretty cool. Hmm. Exactly. That's so. Even if it is pre-owned, like it's the best looking, newest looking pre-owned watch you've ever seen, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly. They move a lot of watches and they have a lot of buying power, and then so the brands tend to like work with them differently than some other authorized dealers. Exquisite Timepieces is an absolute powerhouse in the watch world for sure. Yeah, and the people are top notch. I've really connected with Tyler. For a while there, I was bouncing. I started with with Nick, and then Joe, and like I know all the sales staff for the most part, and I just seem to have really connected with Tyler, which is weird because Tyler and I have almost nothing in common. Like the watches that I'm into, like he's not into. Like he's big into like kickboxing, essentially trains like semi-pro. I'm not like I'm not into any of that stuff. Um, so like it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I bought and trade a couple of watches at Exquisite. Yeah, Tyler's good. All the sales staff is good. So like I always try to connect people with Tyler, but he's one guy. So uh any of the sales staff that you work there with are going to do great. And if you name drop me, that might help you get like a little extra something, something. Yeah, it actually has his, but I should show you. He'll occasionally show me some of the watches he's into and or he's interested in, and I'm like, that's pretty wild. It's cool, but it's definitely not a first watch kind of thing. I wonder if I can find it. Let me bring this back up. Let me do okay. Will that load? Okay, that's loaded. Okay. So let me share screen. So Tyler was telling me he liked this. Um, I mean, and the guy gets to see everything, right? Like he gets to see all the watches that I try to do on the show too. I've never heard of this. I don't know how he even found it. I mean, this is like a straight China watch, right? So it's got a Seagull ST 8001, which is, a tourbillon style Chinese movement. They only made 100 pieces. Um, and it's just funky. It's the clown or whatever. It's got like a power reserve indicator. It's funky. And the reality is it's probably a pretty nice watch. Like, I mean, that's a rendering, so I don't know if that's what it really looks like. These are renderings. I almost want to buy the watch because it's here's a real video of it. Yeah, it doesn't look as good. That's like a roulette wheel. Um, it's $850. It's on pre-order. So it's not terribly priced for what it is. I don't know, it's pretty unique. But this is the stuff that Tyler will send me. He'll be like, "Here, check this one out. This one's pretty cool." He sent me another one too. Let me see if I can find it. The other one he sent me is like legit pretty badass. Let me see if I can find it. I tried to get him to do like a live. He isn't gonna do a live. It's not his jam. I have the Unimatic South Park watch coming. Shoot, that was a long time ago. He sent me the other one. Popeye. Holy cow. Where the heck is it? It was another, I think it's a made in Japan watch. A little more pricey. I was gonna reach out to the brand though, and I didn't. Okay. Is it? Oh shoot, I don't have a website though. Bayou Boy You Watch official. Let me go here and go Instagram, and then go. Hey, there's design. He's in the chat. That's Michael. That's my buddy Michael. He's in the chat right now. Um, did I spell it wrong? Oh, I did. So this one, these watches are pretty amazing. I will admit that. Like he gets these movements and they're like fully worked over. They're super beautiful. Attention to detail on them. He does great dials. Oh, they are China. They are Chinese. And they're, I think, made to order. You can spec them out however you want. And they're pretty affordable overall. Great looking watch. This is another one that Tyler pointed out to me. He really liked these ones. Boyu watch, I think is how you say it. But they're just, I mean, they're great looking watches. Sandwich dial, that's kind of metal finished out. This is all like hand done almost. Yeah, he posts up pictures all the time. But I think you have to email him or reach out to him here or something. I don't know how you even buy him because he doesn't have like a store, I don't think. I should reach out to him. Those are great looking watches. Yeah, but it's kind of finished a little bit better than the Weiss. Just saying. Like, I think I might want one of these. I wonder if I could spec one out with them. They're just great looking watches. Oh, where are we at? I started the live a little bit late, but that's fine. Weiss is a great brand. They're a good brand. And I see he's doing more like automatic stuff too, or smaller sizes and stuff like that. Nobody asked, but Special Reserve Weller. Affordable whiskey, bourbon. Yeah, the German watches, there's some really good. Decla is honestly one of the better ones to probably buy into if you guys have ever looked at Decla. But you can get some good Lacos and stuff like that too. Chris, this my one hookup, he had one bottle, and that's I was like, I never tried it, and that's like the cheapest bottle that you can get through Weller. But this right now is kind of like bourbon drop season, so I'll reach out to him and see if I can get another Weller. I'll grab you one. I mean, I could. There's still quite a bit left in this. I mean, if you want it, Chris, you can have the rest of it. I'll put it up there. If you don't mind getting an open bottle, you can have the rest of this one. I'll bring it with me down to DC in March. Unless if I get another fresh bottle, I'll grab it for you. But otherwise, you can have that one. Yeah, it's got a screw cap. Uh, what is this? Yes, Fedora Giant, and they gouged $79 a fifth for Buffalo. I legit could bring you cases of Buffalo Trace. I'm actually probably going to go. I don't know. Sometime this week, there's a place in Traverse City that has a store pick bottle, which is $50 for a store pick Buffalo Trace. But I've never tried a store pick one. I mean, yeah, if you, I can buy cases of Buffalo Trace. That's not a problem, and they're like $30. So I legit bought. I bought a case of the Blantons, and the Blantons is $74, which I'm bringing. I'm bringing the Blantons to DC District Time. That's why I bought it, because I'm gonna hide a couple of them at some of the tables at DC District Time with little shot glasses. So if you buy a watch there or something like that, you can have a little sip. Hard to get Blantons. I just bought a case of it. I got one up there. I've got I don't know. Can you kind of see them? They're over there. There's a Blanton's there and a E.H. Taylor Bottle and Bond there. Then the Weller, and we're getting some pretty cool stuff up here. Fedora says, "Loom it up." Let me shoot the stuff with a little UV light action. Boom. How's that look? Pretty good. That ZRC is super impressive, but it does fade pretty quick. I will say that. Whereas and actually that Squale will fade pretty quick too. Whereas the Helm will stay, the Notice, the Seiko, obviously, and even the Christopher Ward stays pretty strong. But the other ones will kind of fade a little bit. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And if you're in the Baltimore, DC area, put in your Buffalo Trace order with me, and I will start stacking bottles. All right. See you guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you on the next vid.